What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Today, Wizards of the Coast released an announcement regarding an update to the ban and restricted list for Standard and Historic. And they also announced a way that they are going to be nerfing the companion mechanic going forward. This change is going to be in effect in this game after June 4th, later this week, and it's going to be in effect in Paper Magic immediately after the announcement. So in the wake of that announcement, I wanted to try and get as much fun as I can out of the remaining days of the pre-nerf companion mechanic. And by far, in my opinion, the most consistently impactful companion that we've had is Yorion. Just the amount of value that he adds to a deck built specifically around him is incredible, especially if you compound his synergy with other cards like Charming Prince and Teferi to blink him and to return him to your hand to play him again. This deck is mainly geared towards aggro decks, and it ramps up into a late game that is good also against control decks if it happens to go longer. It is a Doom Foretold Dance of the Mance deck. That's the long game plan. We also have cards like Archons of Sun Grace to compound value from enchantments such as Omens, Oath of Kaya, Disinformation Campaign. And once you start getting a loop going where you just keep getting Yorion over and over and over again, it starts adding a lot of Archon tokens to the battlefield. We have cards like Treacherous Blessing in order to keep fueling our hand, and we also have cards like Disinformation Campaign for control mirrors. It's good at getting rid of enemies' cards in their hand as well as drawing a card. Both sides of this card is important, and even though we don't play any surveil cards like I'm blanking on the name. Thought Erasure. Even though we're not playing cards like Thought Erasure, just the almost 2-for-1 nature of this card, them discarding you drawing a card, makes all the difference, even if you just play it to its effect once. And if you can flash it with Yorion just once, it's essentially a Mind Rot and a Divination in just 2 plays, which is nice. Anyway, let's give this deck a whirl in ranked. See if we can win any games. It has been doing pretty solid for me. Some of the more tough matchups, especially in the best of one ladder, include the annoying cycle deck that's going around. If they go first and they get Flourishing Fox out, and you don't really have any early game plays to combat that, it gets really challenging to keep up. So the enemy here is playing Luris, which means it's either going to be the cycle deck that I was just talking about, or the more commonly annoying mono-white quote-unquote tempo deck that is going around. This looks pretty effective against both of them. Doom Foretold's probably not going to be too useful. Yeah, it's going to be the cycling. This is going to be a pretty challenging matchup. We're going to play Charming Prince to scry. The life gain from it isn't going to be that beneficial because later into the game they're going to start hitting so hard that the 3 life isn't going to make much of a difference. Good at untap land so we don't have to shock in order to get this effect. Opening the Sun into Fairy. I think we want to get to Fairy first so we can reset this Flourishing Fox and then get Omen the Sun to get tokens into block. We have Deputy of Detention as backup in case they play another Flourishing Fox. So in this case, we hope they do play another Flourishing Fox. That's really unfortunate, but we are probably going to use that to block the Fox anyway. We're losing HP pretty fast, but this kind of should put a band-aid on our life total for a little bit. They're nowhere close to getting a Zenith Blast big enough to finish us off quite yet. Okay, good. This is perfect. Now we have Deputy of Detention to get rid of both of those. And then we can play Godless Shrine tapped, saving our life total a little bit more. Oh. Okay, didn't think that was suicide worthy, but we'll take it. Hopefully we can showcase a better game against Cycling. But that's kind of the general idea of how you want to play that matchup. Another way you can tackle that is by trying to turbo out an Archon as fast as possible because it has lifelink, and then enchantments you play will get more lifelink tokens out of the battlefield, which should be able to outrace the Zenith Blast. Okay, looks like we're up against Luris. So again, it's probably going to be Cycling or the mono white deck. Sometimes Mardu Knights, but not as often as the other two. With the Omen of Sea turn 2, we should almost always be able to get a third land to play one of these two cards, which is they're both really good against almost all of the archetypes that Luris plays. Move Temple at his seat. Let's see, do we want a fourth land, but do we want it to be a tap land? Because turn 3 we can go Deputy, and then turn 4 we can go Othakaya Temple. Let's go ahead and keep that. Okay, they opt to play the Rescuer instead. Let's go ahead and shock it. Oh. Well, that might have cost us the game, boys. Threw off the tempo really hard. Next turn, we're probably going to opt for Othakaya instead of Deputy of Detention, just so that we can kill the Flourishing Fox. Because they played the Rescuer instead of cycling twice to put tokens on it, it is in range of Othakaya, which is nice. And then the following turn, we have Shatter the Sky available, so maybe this line isn't as bad. This line might actually be better because they played the Rescuer instead. And shit, now they're out of Oath of Kaya range. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the Hallowed Fountain correctly this time. We're going to Deputy of Detention this Flourishing Fox. And then if they attack in with the Rescuer, we're going to actually block it, so we prevent 3 damage and give them back their Flourishing Fox for the Shatter the Sky next turn. Perfect. The only yikes is we are going to be 1 short from Zenith Blast range next turn. And they get to draw a card from Shatter the Sky. Is a 3 life from Othakaya or Elite Guard Mage going to be better? Well, Othakaya the Fox, they're going to be able to put 3 counters on it before it can even do anything. Good thing we drew an untapped land. Let's go ahead and get our second black source, so we can shatter. That's actually GG. They're gonna Zenith Blast us, or they don't have it then, because they could have just cycled it. Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. If they cycled, they wouldn't have been able to Zenith Blast anyway. They don't have hasty creatures, so it's not like it's going to be important to put the Guard Mage over Ikoria. Okay, if I shock, go to 10, they attack, go to 9. They can cycle in Zenith Blast for lethal. We can't afford to shock this in. Playing against these cycling decks is really stressful. Outs would have been getting Archon sooner. Or getting Fae of Wishes so we can get our Soul Guide Lantern out of the sideboard. That would have been another out. So either they don't have Zenith Blast, or they're scared of something. They're playing around something that I don't have, probably. Let's go ahead and hope for an untapped land with Elite Guard Mage so we can play the Charming Prince for another 3 HP. Perfect. And then next turn we can Yorion, the Charming Prince, Elite Guard Mage, Oath of Kaya, and then start our loop, and then we shouldn't be able to lose from there. It really depends on what they do. If they get rid of one or both of our creatures, we're just done for. The fuck does this do? Oh. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have Zenith Blast, which is good. So we can probably take an attack by everything. Three, 6, 9, 10, go to 7. And then we'll gain 6 next turn to 13. Oh, they didn't attack with everything. So we're going to go to 17 again. And we're going to get rid of Luris, so I think we got this in the bag, boys. Let's go ahead and Omen of the Sea first. Another Elite Guard Mage is nice. Oh, mistake. I should have attacked with the Guard Mage first. Hopefully it doesn't come down to 2 HP. Exile Yorion. We have land drops for the next 2 turns, so we don't really need... Oh, Fae of Wishes, that's nice. As soon as we can get... Or we can go Kaya's Wrath. Or something that... Maybe Cry the Carnarium? 3, 6, 9. Plus 4 is 13. Minus 3, 6, 7... is 20 damage. So we have to block 2 Rescuers. Yeah, let's just trade the Rescuers, and then once Yorion comes back at the end of turn, we can flash Oath of Kaya and Omen of the Sea. in order to gain more life. Hopefully keep us in the game. 7, 8, 9 from Zenith Blast. Get Soul Guide Lantern to shut down their Zenith Blast. Go ahead and get rid of Luris. Okay, so they could totally just Zenith Blast us in response to this and kill us because they have... Okay, they don't have it. Lucky. And we're getting Oath of Kaya back, so we're going to gain more life and kill the Rescuer. That is fantastic. Let's keep our defenses up. Surprised they didn't cycle. 7 coming at me. Okay, let's see what we can get with this. Another Fave Wishes and Treacherous Blessing. Fantastic. Let's play the Guard Mage first. Ooh, Dance the Mance is good. We have nothing in our graveyard yet, unfortunately. I definitely want more ways to gain life. Or I can put out a couple blockers. Yeah, let's do that. Then we will only be taking 2 next turn. If they attack with everything. Oh, don't forget my land drop. Doom Foretold would be really nice right here. Awkward silence. Not really sure what to talk about. To fill the silence while our opponent is, what do you call it? Thrashing about. The opponent has run out of PP. And the roping begins. Sign of true hopelessness. Go and get these in the graveyard so we can get him back with Dance of the Manse. Then we can get Kaya and start exiling their graveyard. And then also puts another clock on them, because her ultimate can just finish them off. And I get life from exiling. Creature and non-creature.
This is child's play. I'll be back. Just you wait.
Land drop. And I think we can afford to attack with Yorion. They can still surprise Zenith Blast me though. So this is still going to be close. Still going to be close. Go ahead and Oath of Kaya in the graveyard. I can bring it back with Dance of the Manse next turn to finish them off. Creature, non-creature. Do I go for it? Can't think of anything in my sideboard. Oh, Dovin's Veto. Of course. Let's go ahead and get a veto. So they're going to have to play 2 Zeniths in order to finish me off, instead of just 1. They have 4, 8, 10 mana. Yep. Woo! That's how we do it, boys. On to gold. I think that was quite a good exhibition against the cycling deck, which is honestly my personal, like, most anxious matchup with this deck. Hopefully we can get other decks to showcase. If we run into another cycling deck, I might just cut to another match. Okay, Karuga, so we're 90% chances fires. What do we have against fires? We're gonna just have to try and outvalue them, I think. Which, you know, it's fire, so it's gonna be hard to do. We have enough land in our hand for now. Maybe Deputy of Detention, maybe things we can get Elspeth Conquers Death from the sideboard. Let's go ahead and get a Prince out. I feel like Locktwain might be relevant in this matchup. Do we want another Omen of the Sea? Yeah, card advantage is going to be important, especially if we're looking to one-for-one answers. We're going to have options to refill the hand. Gideon Blackblade, now that is interesting.
I will defend the weak at every opportunity. I believe in you.
What do we want to do against Gideon? That is problematic. Probably go with the Omen of the Sea plan. I no longer think Lock Twain is relevant. I don't want to block with Prince next turn, so let's go ahead and keep him out of exile, target permanent range. Clarion? So my Prince is still dead, but at least we got the loyalty off of him. Interesting. How are we going to deal with this Gideon? We're probably just going to fetch Elspeth Conquers Death next turn with Fae of Wishes. They don't have fires because they would have played fires plus Clarion.
Share my light.
So if they play fire soon, ooh, Doom Foretold. Now that also gets rid of Gideon. Let's do that actually and keep the Omen of the Sun too. Fabled Passage for another blue source. Doom Foretold. Okay. They also play Omen of the Sea or something as a tribute. Omen of the Sea loves to volunteer as tribute against Doom Foretold. I wonder where they returned it to my hand though. It was like just free value for me. I almost feel like Tef is free real estate at this point. And then we can do see, they're gonna have 5 mana next turn. They won't have anything to haste down my Tef, right? So I can keep up his bounce charge and then still play Omen of the Sea for values. And then if they just play one thing at a time, we can keep them at bay with Doom Foretold, which is gonna be really nice. And I have a Dance the Mance in the sideboard that we can tutor up with Fae of Wishes too if it gets to the late game. Oh, facepalm. I didn't play Omen of the Sea at the end of the turn. I think it's Doom Foretold go. Let's go ahead and keep that land because I think we're pretty set with the cards in our hand.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Doom Foretold is going to wreak havoc to them now. I love this card, but at the same time it almost feels like a win more card. Because if the opponent already has a good enough board state that you're not taking care of, then it's not going to do much.
Let's slow this down.
What do you think you're going to be doing with Tef?
That's more like it.
Really? I'm so confused. Okay, what do we do here? Let's go ahead and do Omen of the Sea. See what our next couple of cards are. I can +1 so that I can flash in granted at the end of their turn. I like that idea, so... Okay, they didn't feel like playing this out. Understandable. I'm 95% sure that was fires that just didn't draw fires. If they drew fires, that game probably would have been different, because it would have had a tempo advantage on me. I would have definitely gone for Elspeth Conquers Death from the sideboard in order to face that head on. Another Lurrus deck. They're going first again. That's a yikers. We have a couple options. Oh yeah, this is the mono white Tron. I think we go. This is tough. I think we go Fabled Passage for Black Source into Hollowed Fountain so that we can play Fae of Wishes to block. Green-white Voltron. They definitely have the Isle Seed up for protection for the Hawk, but that's not going to do much for them at the moment. Cry is super good. Let's get a blocker on the field. Ideal would be getting an untapped Black Source next turn. Otherwise, we're going to have to Oath of Kaya the Isle Seed. Probably going to sack it so I don't gain life. Or Karametras. But at least that's one less Karametras that we have to worry about. Another Karametras would be another Yikers, but that would get another one out of their hand. So that I can Oath of Kaya the Isle Seeds. Hopefully we can get an Archon soon. That's really annoying. I have to live 3 more turns so that next turn I can play Granted into Kaya's Wrath. If I go up to 17 from Oath of Kaya, is it realistic for them to do that much damage over the next 2 turns? No, let's play Fae of Wishes to block. And then we can play Cry to get rid of the Isle Seeds. Don't think we're going to need another land. And then after the Cry next turn, we have a couple options. They really draw another Karametras. Okay. Doom Foretold, nice. It's still gonna go through, but nice try though. Perfect. Next turn we can Archon into Doom Foretold for the win. We shouldn't be able to lose from that point on. I don't really need this Fae anymore, in case they had a way to kill it, but it looks like they don't. So Archon. Let's keep the Fayette for blocking. That shouldn't matter. Another Doom Foretold. Interesting. If we get an untapped land next turn, untapped Black Source, we'll be able to play Cry and Oath of Kaya. Oh, they sacked the Alseid, okay. To the face to get more damage. Soon, maybe I'll return Fave Wishes to my hand to get Dance of the Mance. Oh, Doom Foretold's actually not going to be useful here, because they can just keep sacrificing enchantments that are on that bird. But as long as I can keep playing enchantments to create blockers for this Healer's Hawk, it shouldn't matter. So yeah, we're gonna block and then return. Sack the Oath of Kaya. Perfect, just what I needed. Disinformation campaign. Okay, I can work with that. I really need to find something to get rid of this Season of Growth though, because they almost guaranteed have protection for this guy at this point, so the Glass Casket isn't going to help. This might turn out to be a really long game. But it'll just be a challenge for me to keep this commentary going and fill the silence. All the glitters and trample. Can I go back? Okay. Now it's almost worthless to even block the Bay of Wishes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need one more land to be able to dance for the Dance of the Mance. Charming Prince is really good. Let's go ahead and scry 2. What does Fae of Wishes do? Nothing. I think we're gonna sack the Doom Foretold next turn. This is really bad. I definitely need a way to kill this Healer's Hawk. I need a sweeper. But then he'll just Karametra's Blessing it to give it indestructibility. Which already used 2. Damn, I think we did lose. Let's go ahead and Omen of the Sea just to be sure. Tef. Damn, if we had enough mana to Tef into...
Stand by and watch.
Into...
Might be a
Ooh.
bad idea.
Oh my god. It is on, boys. We might still be in this game. Holy shit. And we have enough mana to cast Dance of the Manse for its intended value. I can't believe he didn't have protection for that. That's crazy. Is he gonna try and haste down my Teferi? It's okay, because next turn we can start the Yorion loop. And then we should be able to get enough value from that every single turn to outrace him from this point and win the game, in theory. Let's see how it plays out. Unfortunately, he's going to start Voltroning up his Ginger Brute, which will make it really hard to outpace him. Because he can just go through our defenses and gain life from it. Unless he doesn't have an enchantment that gives it lifelink, of course. This is shaping up to be an interesting game. Still buffing up the Healer's Hawk. That's fine.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
Okay, we should be in the clear. We should be in the clear. We don't want to attack with Archon. Oh, pff, they didn't even have a wide F for Karametra, so we could have attacked with the Archon safely. This should be GG. At least I get to showcase the Yorion loop. This is what I wanted to show this deck off for. Exile Yorion. And now we get a bunch of value. Ooh, okay. Now we can flash in Omen of the Sun in order to create even more tokens, guys. Tokens upon tokens. This is more or less irrelevant at this point. The only yikers thing would be if he gave this trample, then maybe it still might be up in the air. But I'm not sure if they have. Yep, okay, they have another trample card. Nice. Now the question is do I have more lifelink than he does, and can I keep that up? I have 10 lifelink, going to be 12 lifelink, so I can match him, and I'm going to gain 2 more HP from Omen of the Sun. So I don't need to block, because I'm going to be gaining this all back next turn. And then I should be able to outscale this. Wait, why can't I Omen of the Sun? Hello? I'm gonna turn on full control so I can play this. I should have been able to play it before Yorion went out. Like, what the heck? Okay. Will Tef do anything? Let's just use him for the card draw. Oh wait, that's why he couldn't respond earlier, because he gets rid of... He can't cast spells at instant speed. But he can still activate abilities at instant speed. Okay then. I guess we can get rid of the Healer's Hawk. Probably should have bounced the Season of Growth, actually. Even more tokens. We have our land drop for next turn, so we can Even more lands. Okay. We should, in theory, be able to outpace this guy. And if not, he's going to deck himself before he can finish us off. He essentially needs to be able to one-shot us. Otherwise... Oh god, now he can play... Uh-oh. See, all the glitters is 5, 6, 7, so it'll go to 20, and then he can give it protection. Still not able to kill us yet. You really want to go after Teferi? I think I want to block with one of these Pegasus. That'll prevent 4 damage. I think it's time we play Dance. Maybe at instant speed on their turn, because they decided not to get rid of Teferi.
Don't worry, I got this.
Don't want to use those. I can shatter this guy and still get Yorion back because he's out of play right now. I'll have enough to shatter, let's see, 3, 6, 7. Not enough to shatter and play Dance to the Mance to make creatures. Oh man, this is just brutal. Will Dance the Mance help? No. I want to wait for him to play Karamecha's Blessing to make it indestructible. Oh. Okay. Omega lol. Okay, the enemy's just going to kill himself. Yep, okay. Uh, that was great. Anyway, hopefully that was a good showcase of the deck. It is a really fun deck. It's not that great of a deck, especially right now before Asian and Fires is banned, but it's definitely worth checking out if you have the time to play it. Uh, before the companion restriction, because it's kind of up in the air whether the companion restriction is going to make it so it's unviable completely. It's definitely a huge nerf, and if you don't know what the companion nerf is, go check it out. Um, for every other companion, I think it's going to be like almost unplayable afterward, especially cards like Lurrus. To pay 3 colorless to put it into your hand instead of just being able to play it, that's going to set that play style back a lot. But Yorion is already a go to late game kind of companion, so you might be able to still get away with using him in a pretty effective way. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.